Hey, this is John, and I am on day 10 of my 18-day water only fast. And feeling a little better, although I didn't get any sleep last night. It was tossing and turning, and this thing was like really itching. So I got a little bit of sleep this morning, probably about 3 hours, maybe a couple hours. I don't know. But I do feel a little better today. I took a walk down the library, which is about, I don't know, it's about an hour long walk. And so there you go. But the interesting thing is that I went to dance last night and I felt like there was a lot of energy that I actually danced for probably about an hour, hour, 15 minutes. Uh, the dance itself lasts for about an hour and a half, but it was good. So, and I've lost a lot of weight, so that helps. Keeps me light on my feet. I'm down to something like 157, 158, something like that, down from 175. And my garden is going well, and I wanted to show you my flowers. I am surrounded in my office with flowers, with roses. I have a great rose garden. So I'm totally enjoying my roses. I mean, when I come into my office, there's this intense uh, aroma of roses. So yeah, I totally love it. So today, what I'd like to talk about is, again, I probably have talked about this before, but I want to go into a little bit more detail. I want to talk about conscious connection. And when I talk about conscious connection, it's really about two things. It's about truth. You can't really be conscious if you are not available or not actually know the truth. We have our perceptions, and those perceptions are often manipulated by by the media, by the elite, by whoever's in control of information. If they're in control of information, then they are manipulating our perception. So it's important that it's about this waking up and being conscious, but that has to be about truth. Now, the other piece, the connection piece, is all about communication. And so I want to go into a little more depth around communication, because communication is always occurring at one level or another. Even if we're alone, we're communicating with ourselves. And the other way that communication occurs is with the world, with life, with the universe. The universe is always communicating to us, giving us messages. And the only question is, can we read those messages? Can we see those messages? And then, of course, communication with others. And communication occurs at so many different levels. Communication occurs, uh, of course, verbally, but that's only a small amount. I mean, that's like maybe 7% or so. Then there is through the tone of voice, what you hear. And then there is the visual, and then there's the emotional component, and then finally there's the energetic component. So there's a whole bunch of different levels. There's at least 5 levels of communication. And the way that I see communication occurring, because it's a two-way street. So one way, one direction is when you perceive, and you perceive the communication. I mean, whatever's coming at you, you perceive it based on your own filters. And then the other direction is when you take action, and the action can be speaking, it can be a look, it can be physical. I mean, it can be any number of things, but that's the way that it works: perception and action. So, what I'd like to, let's see, what are we doing on time? Okay, got a few minutes. What I'd like to do is go into a little bit deeper understanding of perception, because perception is based on information. And so communication, as you're taking action, is that you are essentially putting out information. Now, that information that you're putting out is going to be filtered by the person that's receiving it. And of course, they're going to have their filters, and it probably will get distorted because the filters are based on all of the background history of this person, whatever identity they created from their childhood, whatever feelings they may have in the moment, how they may get triggered by whatever it is, whatever information that they perceive. So communication can be difficult. So what I like to do is, and I think I've mentioned this before, is to have a dialogue so that when one person is communicating, then the other person wants to get clarity around the communication. And the best way to do that, of course, is questions. It's never going to be perfect. I don't know that anything in this world is perfect, but it's about being open to the communication. It's about being open to the information. It's about being able to sit with it without getting triggered, which isn't always easy. So I think we're closing in on 8 minutes, so I think I'm going to end it there. But I hope this is of some value. I am kind of using this as a way of articulating some of the of my ideas, and communication is, again, something important for all relationships. But forgive me if it wasn't totally coherent, because I am in the middle of this, and I think I'm going to end it here.